We'll have a quick query of a custom object type. So without break, we can connect for another 20 minutes. We can wind up. That should be better, right? Right. So object, in general, how many types of object we have? Standard and custom. Right. What is standard object? Inbuilt object. Okay. Any example? Account. Opportunity. Case, etc. Okay. There are 500 plus objects are there. Okay. So every information in the database, everything information you are going to see it in the UI, it is there from the database. When you say database, it is from the table only, right? So table is nothing but object. So we have a object where we are going to use store the business data, and there are some objects we will not use it directly, but every settings, permissions, everything is stored in some object. Okay. In that sense, we have 500 plus objects are there. Okay. What about user object? Again, standard object. Whenever you add users, that will be inserted into this table. Okay. Whenever you create a profile, that will be stored into the profile object. These are all objects we have. We will clear this, and we also seen one object now, right? Recently, document object. So inbuilt tables. Okay. So object is nothing but table in Salesforce is called object. That's all. And standard object cannot be what? Cannot be deleted. So this is user defined object, right? User defined object created by user. Who can create it? Not all user. The user who has a permission to create, right? As an administrator, I have permission, I can create, but not every user can create the object. So there is a permission called customize application permission in the profile. Only that user can create the object. It means what? Any user has a customized permission, they'll have access to the setup menu. Then the user will click on setup menu. They'll go to the build, create object. So from here they can create object. If the user doesn't have access to setup menu, then they cannot create object, right? So when the user will get setup menu, when they have a customized application permission in the profile. Got me? So everything is controlled by the permission in the profile. Okay, and I like to create an object training. I can create. Got me? So this is the name of the object I'm going to create. In classic, how we are going to create the object. Okay. So anyway, detailed notes I'm going to upload later. So this is the name of the object I'm going to create. Okay, right. Before I create object, I'll give some basics information about the object. So account is the existing object, right? Yes, and it has a columns called name, rating, or phone, industry, annual revenue, okay, and how many employees they have. Basically, account is a table used to store a company details of the customer. A customer belongs to some company, then what is the name of the company, what industry the company belongs to, address, okay, everything. Okay, some employee count. Like this. Something like this, some sample data, okay, right? So okay, see the top one I highlighted is called fields. How do you call that? Field. So I have name field, phone, industry, annual revenue, employees. I have some more fields, okay, and all these fields are all standard fields. Now we haven't seen how to create a custom field, so these are standard field, okay. And how do you refer these? What you are seeing here, generally I will refer this row, right? Row in a table. Here we call it as record. So we call it as record. Okay, so we also call it as TCS record, CTS record, like this. Okay, I have a object called contact, where I have a last name, first name, phone number, email, etc. So all these fields are, I mean, uh, these are called fields. And how do you call this? Record. So I can say like it's a Ranjit record. So that's how will point. That's how will refer in the Salesforce platform. Okay, and each of these called rows, right? And every record you insert into the table, that's going to have a field called ID. Automatically, the ID will be generated. If I'm going to insert a new record here, then automatically ID will be generated. Okay, so this ID is also called record ID. It's going to have a 18-digit alphanumeric ID. Where you seen 18-digit alphanumeric ID? Org ID, right? Similarly, here you are going to get a 18-digit alphanumeric ID. So I go to the some sales application, account, some recently viewed company record. Okay, company record. I go here. So what you're seeing at the top, your 18-digit alphanumeric ID, but here within your platform, the last 3 digit will not be visible. Got me? But actually in the database, it's going to be a 18 digit ID. So this ID we are talking about here. So every row will have a unique ID. Okay, this ID will not be repeated. It's going to be unique with every row in the database. Any question on this? People able to follow this? So when this ID will be generated? See, for name, phone, industry, annual revenue, employees, we can give our value. But once a record is inserted, it means saved into the database. This field will be automatically generated by the Salesforce, by the system. And what is the total number of digit? 18 digit. And the last 3 digit will not be visible in your platform. But by using query language, I can get the 18 digit. Okay, but internally, it's going to be 18. But when you are seeing it, it's going to be 15 digit ID, alphanumeric ID. Got me? So any record you go, contact. I'm going to view some contact record. Some ID is generated. Okay. Yes, organization ID is for to tell you are belongs to one org. Within that org, we have multiple tables. Okay, we are just talking about contact table now. I went to team bar. So here I'm just seeing a person. So he belongs to record ID, some ID, and I'm going to see some Jose Davis. People got this? So his record ID is, I just go inside the record. I'm seeing some record ID at the top. Okay, you can notice here the record belongs to some a same object. The first 3 digit is going to be same, right? 003. So 003 means like it belongs to contact. 001 belongs to account. So like that, the first 3 digit will differentiate. This record belongs to this table. This record belongs to this table. Got me? Right. So similarly, for your company profile, if you go to your organization ID, that 3 digit will be different. Company information page. How it started? 00T. So wherever you see in your org, you will see 002 only. So that is for a company organization table. Okay. From account table, we have 001. For contact table, we have 003. Got me? So the first 3 digit, right? So object as fields and records, as field and records. And every record will have its unique record ID, which is 18 digit alphanumeric ID. Got me? The first 3 digit denotes, how do you call that ID? Entity ID. Okay. Account as 001. Contact as 003, like that. Enough steps today, or we'll add some more topic? Everyone is okay? We'll see quickly how to create a object, right? All of you are fine, or we connected at 10:45, right? 11:45, 12:10. Okay, we'll connect for another 15 minutes, right? So creating a custom object. So I'm going to create one table, right? So where is the link? Setup, build, create objects. Okay, right. So there are two ways you can create object: by going with the new custom object button, schema builder. Schema builder you already seen somewhere, right? Right. Schema builder is also a way, and a new custom object. So I go with the new custom object. Okay, so create custom object. One is a standard UI and tool called schema builder. There is other way also you can create by using metadata file, XML file. This for information purpose. In your coding part, you will see using XML file, I migrate to another a platform. When the file is deployed, whatever there in the file, I can create. Using that XML content, I can create a new table, new field, those things we can do. But what is the regular process? Either your standard UI or schema builder. Okay, the detailed notes navigation I'll upload in the notepad, or is there in the hard copy also, right? So I'll go with the new custom object. This is a UI you will get. Okay, so what you have to do now, we have to give the value for all the mandatory field, then click save button, the table will be created. Okay, in the case of schema, it's quite even simpler. You just give the name and it's created. Okay, that is a what about every values that you are giving here, which is not available in schema? Those values will be default value will be taken in the schema builder. But in order to understand complete purpose of the field, we are going with the standard navigation format. But you can also use a schema builder also. Quickly you can create. Okay, right. Label. Say I'm going to create a table called training. I'm going to create a table called training, and I'm going to use a standard navigation method. Am I right? So this is a navigation we used. So this navigation is for your classic. Okay, for your classic. I think first you can listen. Notes will be available. Notes will be available to you. Just you can listen first. So I'm going to give a plural name for the name. This is a label. I'm going to see the object in the platform. Okay, wherever you see the field called label, that is for the display purpose. We are not going to use it in the program, right? Whenever you are going to use it in the program, you will find some information purpose API or something that cannot accept any space. Okay, right? The plural name, right? Listen here. The plural name is nothing but the name of the tab. Okay, we are in this UI, in this step, we are just giving the name for the tab. We are not creating tab. It's not step to create tab. It's a step to create a object. But as part of the object creation, we also provide the name for the tab. Okay, right. And we have object name. So this is a name we are going to use it in the program, but not in this name. When you save this, what will happen? The system will give a double underscore C, not in this format, like this. So this is a name we are going to use. What is this name? API name. So whatever name you given here and save it. Finally, system will suffix append to double underscore with letter C. It means it's a custom table, custom object. Like this, some description, okay, which is not mandatory, but it's a good practice to give some information. This is a training object, right? So anyone can understand by seeing the name. Okay, it's something related to training. What about the object is given something, some letter like this? It is there in the real time. You're not able to understand by seeing the name of the object. So what is a good practice? Give some description, right? Someone has created, you are going to modify the table. You do not understand what is the purpose. You'll be confused. So give some description as a best practice. And next thing is a context sensitive help setting. Okay, this is nothing but every page in your Salesforce, right, will have a help for this link. Mostly you'll get help for this link at the. When I click on this, it goes to the help.salesforce.com. It's a common website where you can find uh, the details of the tool, the Salesforce environment. Okay, whether I should go with the regular help.salesforce.com or I should go with my own Visualforce page. Got me? Then you can choose this. If you do not want, go with the help.salesforce.com. Sometimes I would like to display my own help message about my training activities. Then I can create a Visualforce page. I can choose this. At this stage, you need not worry about how to create Visualforce page and all. That will be covered in the developer session. Okay. Any question on this so far? Given the label, what is this? Name for the tab and your object name, right? And the help link. What help page should open? Whether should open a help.salesforce.com or my own custom page. Okay, right. And this is an important part called a record name. Record name is of two types. It can be auto number or it can be a text type. It can be of auto number or text type. Auto number means it's an auto generated number. Okay, see, this is one of the field we are creating. This is one of the field we are, it's not creating. Every table you create, automatically one field will be created. Standard field. But we can choose here what is the type of the field. Either it can be auto number or text type. Okay, so we have only option to choose a type, either auto number or text type. But this field is going to be a standard field. We are creating custom object. When custom object is created, as part of the custom object, some standard field also will get created. One of the standard field is called record name. Okay, right. So I make that field as a training number. I go with auto number. When I choose auto number, what happens? Some format is displayed. Okay, here I can choose what is the format of this number that needs to be generated. Suppose I give here like this. I give this format. What option I choose? Auto number. So what will happen? Whenever I insert the row, like this, a number will be generated automatically for every record. Every record, the number will be automatically generated. Okay. So as part of this format defining, I'm going to use, I'm going to define the format trn or tr equal hyphen 00. What is the starting number? If I give 5, then it will start from 5. Like 001. Okay. What about if I exceed this limit? It will automatically goes to 1001, 1002. That will be automatically increased. There is no restriction on it. Okay. But you just decide what is the starting number, what is the format. What are the other formats I can use? You click on what is this, you'll come to know. Okay, I can also include a year also. Year, month, got me? So you need not spend more time on it. Just know what is auto number, what are the formats applicable. If you spend more time on it, will not make much scope for you. Okay, so just try to understand what is auto number, how to give the format, what are the general format we have. I don't think so you'll get a question on this interview, what is auto number and how to define the format. This may not be the reason for you to reject in the interview. So don't spend much time on it, but try to understand what is auto number here. Okay, so auto number, I mean, the record name is of two type, auto number or text. I go with auto number type. Okay, when you go with auto number, what will happen? Whenever a user insert a row into the object, a record, this field is going to generate automatically in this format. Okay, right. Is there any auto number type in my standard object? Is there any auto number type in my standard object? Before I save this, I go to the case object. Case, what is the purpose of case object? You remember? We discussed about issues, right? Whatever customer issue we can store here. So what is this? It's a number. It's a number. If I'm going to create one more case, whatever the last case I have, from there it will generate. If a 16 is the last case, then 1017, 1018. Okay. So there is a standard object called case object where the record name field is a auto number type. Okay. Right. See, I have a field here, status, priority. Did I find any and symbol here? No. But I found a and symbol here. This is one of the property of your record name. Okay. Either it's auto number type or text type. How it's going to appear? It's going to appear as a hyperlink. It means a and symbol will appear. I click on it. I can see the detailed view of the record. Example here is case. Okay. I go to the account. What is this? It's a record name field, but it's a what type? Text type. Okay. If it is a text type, it's a mandatory field. We have to provide value. If it is auto number type, it's going to be automatically generate. Whenever inside a row, the record is automatically generated. I cannot edit. Why? A log symbol is appearing. I cannot edit. Okay. But if it is a text type, the text type, I can edit. I can edit. Okay. Right. But what is the property of the auto record name field? It will look as a hyperlink. I click on it. It takes the detailed view of the record. Okay. So that is a field we are talking about. Record name field is a kind of field where user can click on that field. It takes a detailed page of the record. And record name field is of two types. One is a text or auto number. If it is auto number, is going to be a read only field. We cannot give value. That will be auto generated. Got me? So auto number field is a auto generated value and read only. Okay. And record name as property, I mean, will display in the form of link. In the form of link. When user clicks on it, the detailed page will be displayed. People got this? Any question on this? Able to follow all of you? I can continue. More stuff we added today or what? I can continue? Right. We'll complete this part. Okay. Really? More stuffs are added? right? We'll continue with the, because we need more explanation for this. Okay, we'll discuss more about this. Again, we'll start from revise the topic and give all the values. Then from here we can start tomorrow. Got me? Right. So I'll upload this right document in my Charter tab. You need a logo as well. So these are detailed notes. Detailed notes I optionally adding this, okay, because it is there in the hard copy also. The class notes you can find here. I mentioned as class notes. Okay, right. So practice all these things, and tomorrow we'll revise the topic and continue. And going forward, I upload some exercise tab here so that you can practice your exercise. Okay, for today, whatever exercise we covered, creating training application, mutual fund, and okay, upgrading it, documents, those things we practice. Right. See you tomorrow. Online people, any queries? No queries? We'll connect tomorrow then.